What's up, guys? It's Jay. Welcome back to Jay's POV. And today, finally, we have something to try to piece together what the hell is going on in WandaVision. Episode 3 brought some little pieces for us to finally see this is leading somewhere. Now, there's a lot to pick apart in this episode, so I'm just going to pick apart the two main things. We know it's going to be the sitcom television stuff, but there's two big things that happen in this episode that I think are bigger than what we realize and we need to pay attention to. Starting off with the first point, and what I think is probably the biggest takeaway from the episode, is that Wanda actually acknowledged her brother. Now, think about this. This is the first time in this episodes that Wanda has acknowledged something that's happened in the outside world. Through these 3 episodes, she hasn't acknowledged any type of Avengers, any type of post-trauma. She hasn't acknowledged anything like that. This is the first time she's acknowledging something that was in a previous movie that's outside of her little reality, which is pretty big, acknowledging that she had a twin brother. And you see the look on her face of sadness that he's dead. And I think that's really big because that tells us that the Wanda we know is still in there, that she's not in this trance, stuck in this reality trance, that the real Wanda that we know, she's still in there, and she knows her history, and she knows about her family, she knows what she's went through. Now, this is another point, this isn't one of the bigger points, but the girl who was playing Geraldine, who is obviously Monica Rambeau, she is obviously what I'm interpreting an inside scoop for S.W.O.R.D. Whether she got sucked in there or got sent there, she was digging up information, I guess, on what was going on there. She wasn't supposed to be there. She was kind of like a spy to that reality that Wanda was creating, and she kind of got figured out in that episode. But my thing is, she was under the trance too, so I feel like she knew she was supposed to get information there, but she was still stuck under Wanda's trance. And only when Wanda broke her trance by talking about her brother and talking about something that was real and not fake, was Geraldine able to point out to her, your brother was killed by Ultron. And that made Wanda snap at her and send her flying outside of her dimension, kicking her out and being like, you're not a part of my reality anymore. But obviously Geraldine is now back in our reality, our real world, not in this dimension, and she's what it looks like retrieved by S.W.O.R.D. Which brings me to my second point, which is probably an important point for the rest of the series. The things they have standing up, that's kind of lighting up her little dimension, her little Truman Show type of thing, is that it looks like S.W.O.R.D. is kind of keeping her in there. So it's a weird mix because we know Wanda's in charge of what happens in there, but S.W.O.R.D. is definitely manipulating some things in there. They're literally, looks like, containing whatever that is. Maybe they're scared of it getting out, maybe they're scared of what Wanda could do, but they have a big part to do on the outside influences, like the B-Man that came up, the S.W.O.R.D. helicopter, all that stuff. They have a lot to do with the weirdness of that. Maybe they sent Geraldine in there to try to wake her up, like I said, naturally. I'm sticking with that theory. I don't think they want to wake her up crazily. I think that's what the plan is. But I believe that S.W.O.R.D. is literally holding her little pocket reality in place, making sure it doesn't go too far out, keeping an eye on it to see what are the things that Wanda's doing. How can we get her out of there without her putting an end to every single person that's around there? You know, my personal opinion, I believe that Wanda settled into a town that really was called Westview, and it was maybe a broken down town, broken down neighborhood, but with real people living there. And when she made that pocket reality by accident, with just thinking about her life with Vision, everybody that was living in that area got sucked into it, and now they're her little puppets. And sometimes whenever Wanda breaks character, other people get to break character, and they start realizing, you know, who are you? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Episode 3 definitely gave us some more hints. We know something's up, but it finally gave us a little more to start piecing things together. It's our first look at the outside world, where the screen pans out. We get to see a full screen outside of her little reality. So maybe next episode we'll get some, you know, sitcom mixed with some outside world. maybe we're just gonna start being able to see what S.W.O.R.D. is up to from their side. You know, I like the whole WandaVision, but you know, how far can you do the sitcom aspect, you know, before we start like having to be like, okay, where's the realness? I think now it's a good opportunity, now that we see the outside world, to start going 50-50. Let's start seeing S.W.O.R.D.'s perspective. What is S.W.O.R.D. up to? Let's start seeing what Wanda is still doing, and let's meet at the end, where I don't even want to see where Wanda's going to be at the end, because she's a crazy bitch now. By the end, I don't even know how she was going to end up being. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe if you're new. I'm going to keep putting out content, WandaVision, movie trailers, anything you name, I'm gonna be here for it. So go ahead and like, subscribe, comment down what you guys think. It really does help, really does support the channel. So you guys go ahead and do that, and until next time, I'm Jay, and this was just my point of view.